Hi there, I'm Andrea Koppel, and it's Time for Coffee, the podcast where you get to hear firsthand what the jobs and careers that interest you the most are really like. Hey there, Java junkies. Welcome to another K-Cup mini episode of Time for Coffee. By the way, K-Cups come in 3 sizes, single, double, and triple shots, or roughly 1 minute, 5 minutes, or 10 minutes in length. So if you don't have time to throw back an entire caffeinated career conversation, these K-Cup mini episodes of T4C can give you a quick caffeinated fix, whether you're on the go or you only have a few minutes to binge. So grab your mug and take a chug, because it's time for a caffeinated career double shot K-Cup with my guest, Dov Baron. So how can our young listeners venture into the caves they fear? What are the steps? Could you break it down for us, Dov?
Absolutely. Thank you for asking. So I'm going to give you a few questions that are going to help you to step into that cave and to find the treasure, which is your purpose. And so most people who go looking for that purpose go looking for it in their passion. They go looking for it in the things that, I'm really passionate about this. Well, I got news for you. The things I was passionate about at 15, 16, 17, 18 are not the things I was passionate about now. If they were, I'd be working at Victoria's Secret selling underwear. Right? So clearly my passions have changed, but my purpose has not. And your purpose is always found in your pain, not in your pleasure. So how do you start there? Well, one of the ways to start there is, let me ask you this question. And I don't know how old you are. You might be listening to this. You might be 16, 17, 18 years old. You might be 60 years old. But it doesn't matter. What matters is this. For as long as you can remember, ask yourself this question. What has always bothered you? Whatever it is. Not what's bothering you this week. You're upset, you're pissed off with Donald Trump. Well, Donald Trump has only really, maybe for most people, has only existed for about 3 years. Now, for those of us who are older, we remember him before that. But for most people, he's become into the public eye in the last 2-3 years. That's not what's bothering you. There's something else. What has been bothering you for as long as you can remember? And it's likely, and here's where you start stepping into the pain, you need to look at what bothered you. And here's the key question. Are you ready? Write this down. As a child, under the age of 10, what did I need that I couldn't get or couldn't get enough of? As a child, under the age of 10, what did I need that I couldn't get or couldn't get enough of? Now, by the way, that's very unlikely to be a material thing. It could be a survival thing, as in food, air, water, shelter, but it's most likely to be something else, which is an emotional need. When you look at that, you will have to face into the darkness. You'll have to admit that you had needs. But if you're like most of us, you have a coping mechanism. Nothing wrong with that. That's part of your ego's job. And your coping mechanism has had you dismiss what you need until you made it weak, judged it, criticized it, boxed it away, and maybe, here's the way you'll really know, you likely ridicule other people for having that need. So that person you're in a relationship with who seems very needy, they're in your relationship to show you that you're needy, but yours is repressed. So you look to what it was you've always needed. I'll give you a great example. A good friend of mine, I was helping him work on some things. He's a massively successful author and works as a consultant with very high-level companies and organizations and actually pop stars. And we were having this conversation, and he's looking for his purpose, and we're doing this work. And I said, what do you think is the number one thing you do? And he goes, well, I'm really showing people how to stand out, how to really, in this age of noise, visual, audio, video noise, the multiple thousands of images we get hit with every single day, I show them how to stand out. And I said, what do you think you needed when you were a child that you couldn't get? And he goes, well, my mom was this and my dad was that. And they were, I didn't have parents for a long time. I was brought up with my grandparents and I lived out in the street, blah, blah, blah. I said, what did you need? And he goes, I don't know. I felt like this invisible brown kid. I said, you felt invisible? He goes, yeah. I said, what do you do for a living? He goes, oh my God. Yes. You meet the need you had in other people. Now you must meet that need in yourself. And that's why I'm going to help you to be more seen in the world. But it's not about being seen in the world, being seen in the world by those that it matters to you to be seen by. And he went, wow. Now, this is an incredibly successful, multi-millionaire, highly respected, wonderfully brilliant, intelligent person. He didn't not get it because he's dumb. He's incredibly brilliant. It's got nothing to do with intelligence. It's got to do with we protect ourselves from looking into the darkness. That's where you go.
Thanks for tuning in to this K-Cup mini episode of Time for Coffee. If you want to listen to our entire caffeinated career conversation, please check out the show notes for this episode. Thanks so much for listening to Time for Coffee, where the professionals in the jobs that most interest you always have time to grab coffee 24/7, no matter where you live. I have one quick favor to ask you. Remember to rate, review, and subscribe to Time for Coffee. Thanks so much.